Hi guys, Emily Capel again with Making Math Make Sense. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking to you about visual model puzzles. Visual models. You might call them tape diagrams. You might call them bar models. Whatever you want to call them, it's that visual piece that helps students and adults understand a real world problem. Okay, I don't know about you, but when I was a child, I always saved the real world problems for last, and I always found them the most difficult. It was always, what are they asking me? What am I supposed to be answering? What's the important information? What do I do with this information? So part of the visual models is it helps kids match up what the equation in the bar model, the visual model, looks like going with the problem. Okay, you can get all of these puzzles for free downloads on our website below, makingmathmakesense.org. All right, let's go look at some puzzles. So on this first set of puzzles, it's geared towards first and second graders. You can see with the problems, if I move my picture here, you can see with the problems that we have visuals in our tape diagrams and in our problems. So 2 red balls and 3 blue balls. How many beach balls altogether? So in our visual model down there in the right-hand side of that puzzle, you can see I have put 2 red balls and 3 blue balls. That's going to really help the kids start to understand how we can build these visual models together. There are 6 puzzles that go with these beach balls. They deal with the numbers 2, 3, and 5. So they can't just match up the numbers and put the puzzles together. They really have to have an understanding of what is the problem telling you, what's the problem asking you, what is that equation going to be, and what is the visual model going to be. In grades 2 and 3 is this penguin set of puzzles. So the penguins are dealing with fish, okay? And you can see in these 2, the one on the left is a little bit more basic. We have part, whole, and the one on the right is a comparison problem. Kids in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade need to be working on all kinds of puzzles. Part, whole, or we know the part, we know the whole, we know one part, how do we find the other part? This one on the right-hand side is comparison because it's how many more. They need to get used to all of that wording in their word problems. So again, our penguin numbers that we're working with are 6, 14, and 20. So they cannot just find the numbers and put them together. The visual model has to make sense with the equation and with the word problem that they're given. Our next set deals with cookies. In these problems, we're dealing a little bit more with multiplication and division. Okay, there are still some part, whole problems on here, but it's also using our whole, knowing how many parts it's cut into, so how many are in each part. Or we know each part, we know the whole, how much is each part worth. So these questions have a little bit more to do with our multiplication and division standards that we have in 4th and 5th grade. Again, we're sticking with the same 3 fact numbers in the fact family, 5, 4, and 20. And our last set of puzzles deals with Professor Brbel from our friend Shannon at SIS for Teachers. So Professor Brbel is going on a diamond hunt with his students in these problems. These problems are more for our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders because you'll see the problem on the right-hand side of the screen. We're dealing with having to figure out what one unit is for. So first we're going to have to subtract the 24 from the 42. Because his students found more diamonds than he did. And then we're going to have 2 units that equaling that 18 that we took the 24 from the 42 to get. And then we have to divide that out to get how many are in 1 unit. So multi-step problem. So each of our set of puzzles have 6 puzzles in them. So you copy those puzzles onto cardstock, you laminate them, you cut them out, you put all 18 pieces for each set in a baggie. You hand that to a group of kids or a singular kid. I like to do it in groups so that they can collaborate and they can share their thinking and work through the problem together. And then the kids go at it and you come over and check and you might say, oh, you have 2 complete puzzles. Don't tell them which puzzles are correct. Just tell them how many complete puzzles they have, and then they have to go through and analyze each puzzle. Another way to do visual models besides just doing puzzles, so kids aren't drawing those visual models all the time, is having them build the visual models with Cuisinart rods. I do that a lot. Cuisinart rods are one of my favorite tools, and my kids love when I give them a break from drawing visual models and they can just build it with their Cuisinart rods, but they have to explain to me why they chose certain Cuisinart rods, certain colors. And it's that thinking that allows me to really know if the students understand and at what level. Another thing I use with more of my primary kiddos when I'm working with them are Unifix Cubes. So I allow the kids to build with Unifix Cubes, building those visual models bigger or smaller using different colors. Continuing to get that concrete pictorial abstract is huge. So this is just another way using these puzzles to see if kids have an understanding of what the problem is explaining and asking and telling, and what do they want them to do. They can match up the visual model with the equation. Let us know if you have any questions or concerns and how you use these puzzles in your classroom. Thanks for visiting.